As some of you know firsthand, it's been a frantic morning of flash flooding and car accidents and several water rescues. Take a look. This was the scene at a home on Central Avenue in Clarksville. Officers brought a woman and a child out of a home with rising waters in Montgomery County around 3 a.m. this morning. Several rescues took place here. Police and emergency crews heading out on calls all across the area. We're told everyone there is okay now. Over in North Nashville this morning, fast-moving floodwaters also caught drivers and homeowners there by surprise. Off of Ewing Drive, one person was swept away while trying to navigate across a flooded road. And that's where Chris Conti has been all morning. Chris?
Vicki, the rains came down here hard this morning in Nashville, and they wouldn't stop. And the harder the rain fell, the faster Whites Creek here rose. This creek at one point this morning had swollen over its banks and had actually pushed up and got into the intersections of Gwindale and Ewingdale Drive here. Essentially, this small creek was holding this neighborhood hostage as a number of residents couldn't leave their homes for hours. And as for drivers, they were deceived by what was going on here in North Nashville. In the darkness of those early morning hours, it was difficult to see how high the waters were rising. Sean Patterson was less than a mile away from his home when his Chevy Impala was picked up like a small boat and pushed down the street. He managed to escape. Officials, though, weren't taking any chances. They brought out a number of rescue boats, anticipating the waters would keep rising and some homeowners would need rescuing. Although some residents were trapped, no one needed to be rescued from their homes. It was, though, a chaotic few hours for everyone here at the corners of Gwynwood and Ewingdale Drives.
It was kind of an illusion. I didn't really realize how deep it was until I got into it, and you know, it's just hard to tell when it's nighttime and you know it's raining hard. Plus, I was so close to the house, I was like, I can make it, you know.
A perfect example of why you should turn around if you see floodwaters across any roadway. Crews have been out here from the Sheriff's Department actually removing a lot of debris from this creek. They are trying to prevent any more flooding in case we get that rain that is anticipated for later on this afternoon. Vicki, back to you.
Our crews have been out all over the area since around midnight. Let's see what emergency teams and residents are dealing with to the northwest of here and also over in Sumner County.
I'm Dan Kennedy in Montgomery County. This morning on Ambrose Drive, people are waking up not only to flooded streets, but flooded yards where their cars are parked, and you get an idea of just how deep this water is. As we scan across the yard, you see the trees deep in this water, the chain link fence, there's a tire swing, a basketball goal, and some people's trucks. It's not just this home that's flooded in these low-lying areas, it's other homes here as well. There were also flooded streets in parts of Clarksville this morning. Montgomery County Sheriff's Department and the Clarksville Police Department telling us they had to rescue at least 2 people from their cars, which reminds us to tell you that saying, which we've heard before, turn around, don't drown. That's the story from Montgomery County. Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Hey there, I'm Kimberly Davis in Gallatin here in Sumner County, where the water has subsided, but the damage left behind is still pretty obvious. Take a look at this pavement. It was washed away from this roadway, and now it sits here in a ditch. We've been covering the storm damage here in Gallatin all morning long. Take a look at this video. This is just some of the hardest hit areas in Sumner County. Some of the roadways were just impassable. Some people tried to pass, then realized that water was too deep and backed up. That saying goes, turn around, don't drown. Thankfully, a lot of people took heed to that advice, but some people had to be rescued. We'll have much more on the storm coverage later on News Channel 5. For now, we are in Gallatin. I'm Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Kimberly. We have dozens more pictures coming into our newsroom still at this hour. You can check them out on our website at newschannel5.com. Now, if you can safely take pictures of downed trees or flooded neighborhoods, we'd like to see your videos and images. You can send those to my5@newschannel5.com.